Good afternoon to all IEM and UEM family members. I'm a bit protected today because there are people in my home. So some workers are working. So I just, as a precaution, I'm wearing the mask. Today, Dr. Vivekanand Rao will be presenting on soft skills for successful career. So
yes, sir. Yes.
We cannot see your slide at the moment. It was there. Now it's not visible though, but we are waiting for your presentation. You may kindly take over, and I will request all members to kindly interact in the questions box. Ask your questions. If anybody wants to ask a question orally, that is also possible. If you feel that typing is difficult, your question is big, you may also raise your hand. I will try to unmute you and you can directly ask your question there. But please try to make the session as interactive as possible. So Dr. Rao, you can take over from here. We can see your screen. Thank you.
So, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. First of all, good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to present this webinar, and I'm thankful to my chancellor, sir, dean, sir, and all the faculty members. The topic is about soft skills for successful career. It's a very common topic, and many of us, we have idea about that. My concern is here just to focus on that, because sometimes what happened, many things in our life we know that, but due to some dust, due to some problem, due to the passage of time, we forget those things. So I go to remind those things again. The topic is about soft skills for successful career. Now let us see one by one slides. About soft skills, it is like it's like a more associated with one's traits or personality that determine how we interact. And if you talk about nutshell, that means how you act actually. Many times what happen, if you talk about Steve Khera, there is a book by him, You Can Win. So what he explained in that book, that the difference in us is that is for manner-wise difference actually. How you act the things, because all of us we study in school, or we have some patterns that are very common, but what is different in us, that is how you act, how different our personalities, our traits are, so that our perception, our traits, our attitude, our values, ethics, all these things it differ. So it's soft skills, it completely personal, like how you act, how you take the things, how you perceive the things. So it all comes under soft skills. These soft skills is the ability required and expected from person for finding a suitable job, its maintenance and promotions. It's true. Whenever you go somewhere, you don't carry your degrees, you don't carry your land, your property, and whatever you have, you don't carry that. But what you carry personality, and that personality, it counts many things. So here the point is, when talk about the soft skills, it's kind of ability, and it's required, and it's expected from persons for finding a suitable job. Nowadays, now the placement is going on for the students. So whenever we working at HR, I have worked in the Samsung company. So what we see in the students, that what they must have is soft skills. It's very important. Even if we go somewhere to get a job somewhere in the new places, somewhere else. So what happened? The same thing happened. The HR manager or the department head or the vice chancellor or the deans, or what they see first, that you must have the skills, soft skills, that it counts by like interpersonal skills, your team leading skills, all skills come over there. So basically nowadays it's very important to get a suitable job and to maintain your position and to get the promotion in the future. All things are required in it. Two things are there, you can see very common, hard skills and the soft skills. Two things are there, because when you come to know that what is hard skill, you can come to know what is soft skills. See, hard skills means something that is defined already. If you see here the definition, is skills that are learned to perform a specific job function and are more easily identifiable and quantifiable. For example, in nutshell, what you see that whenever you're going to work somewhere, what happened, that you have some job profile, and you have to work on that. It's everywhere, So the meaning is that you have specific job functions. and you have to perform those things. So it comes in hard because it is like a rule. It's in written form, and all of us, we have to perform those activities. So it comes under that. But if you talk about soft skills, as I have already explained, that is skills that are less tangible and more associated with one's traits or personality that determine how we interact, and that in nutshell, that is how you act. It's different. As I give you the example of Shiv Khera. See, if you talk about the importance of soft skills, you know very well that nowadays, the soft skills is the key of success. If you talk about the HR managers, they will let you know that 77% of employer, they are in the view that the person must have soft skills, because if you don't have it, you're not going to be promoted. You can't get the right position in your life. So there are some points are given, like soft skills are very important. Why? To handle interpersonal relations. Yes, definitely. Whenever you work in any organization, there's a team is there. Like there are many members are in the team in the organization. And in that sense, what we have to do, we have to correlate. We have to make interpersonal relations with them to work for the organization. Because we are a team. Wherever we go, even you talk about the university, there's a team, and all the members we work together to get the optimum goal of the university. So everywhere there's a goal, there's an objective is there. And that objective, that can only be achieved through this skill. Because if you don't make a team, you are not going to have the interpersonal skills to deal with the people. The team won't be completed. If the team is not completed, things can't be done in the proper way. So it's very important to handle interpersonal relations. It's very important. The first thing. Second thing is that, like, to take appropriate decisions. Yes, decisions. Nowadays everywhere, since everywhere, every day we have to take some decisions. It's like soft skills, it helps a lot to taking decision in that. To communicate effectively. Yes, actually, what I've seen, that whenever there is an advertisement in the newspaper or anywhere, so in that sense, what happened? Every time, there is a job profile, and they have asked for the requirement, which kind of requirements are there for the candidate, and they mention good communication skills. It's very common, and it's not only here, everywhere. Wherever you go, why it is important? Very well that wherever you go, you have to communicate with people, and while you have to communicate, you have to communicate very effectively, so that the things can be done in a proper way. So this is very important. Then there is to have good impression and impact to gain professional development. Yes, to have good impression. Yes, many times we have heard a slogan that first impression is the last impression, or sometimes we see that we must have very good impression on people, or even if you go to an interview or wherever you go, you carry yourself. So that time, you must have a very good impression on the people. So here the point is that to have a good impression, the soft skills are very important. And then impact to gain professional development. Definitely, if you talk about the professional life and personal life, it's very different. Being professional means that you need to be in a proper way, proper shape. So that time, the soft skills will help a lot. So that is very important. There is a very nice quotation that businesses don't create value, people do, and this is true. All the businesses, it's all just because of people. The organization will be recognized only by the people they are working over there, the employee they are working over there. So it's we the employee, we work for the organization. So businesses are there, it's at its own place. But what is important? The people, the employee, the people that are working in that organization. Because businesses don't create value. Who create value? People do. So it's we who create value. So in that sense, the meaning is that we must be well versed with these soft skills. Because if we are well versed with the soft skills, we can create the value of the businesses. There are soft skills, and there are some terms are there, and they are very important. All comes under soft skills. Yes, we can see one by one. Like focus, we must focus on the things. Network, density, patience, memory, empathy, boldness, creativity, ingenuity, flexibility, calmness, work ethic, risk taking, friendliness, helpfulness, confidence, self-control, compassion, adaptability, dependability, perseverance, attentiveness, research skills, listening skills, critical thinking, teamwork skills, professionalism, taking initiatives, common sense, process oriented, leadership skills, being responsible, attention to detail, prioritization skills, negotiation skills, managing conflict, interpersonal skills, management skills. And the last one are the organizational skills, sticking one mind, communication skills, decision making skills, problem solving skills, showing commitment, personal accountability, positivity and optimism, coaching and mentoring, time management skills, ability to motivate others, ability to see the big picture, working well under pressure, willingness to try new things, willingness to ask tough questions, public speaking and presentations, ability to take and give feedback, and the last self-acted and self-motivated. The other points, when we talk about soft skills, all of them, it comes under that. That means, it's very important whenever you're going for the interview or whatever you're doing in your life, wherever you go and wherever you interact with people, these things, it matters a lot. Everywhere it matters. So we must focus on that thing. It's really very important. Sometimes we think that it's a very easy thing, but what I feel that is really very important. Now, see, there is, according to Career Builder, there are some surveys are there, and as per the survey, there are two things are there. 77% of employers believe that soft skills are just as important as hard skills. For example, if you are in any organization, what happened? You get a profile that these are the work you have to do. Yes, done. In the same way, soft skills, for that there is no profile for that. But we have to, these soft skills is like a basement for a building. So these soft skills, these bases helps a lot for those hard skills. So what happened? 7% employers, what they believe that the person of 77% person, they must have soft skills. If they don't have it, they will not able to accomplish their work. So it's very important. And the second part, almost 20% said they were more important than hard skills. And 20% employer, what they feel that they are even more important than the hard skills. It's very important. So two things are there. Soft skills, cultural fit. Yes. Why it is cultural fit? Because your attitude, your perception, your focus, your concentration, your ethics, your values, so all the things, it comes, it is just you carry in your personality. So what the meaning is that, it's culturally fit, because wherever you go, soft skills will go together. It is inside you. So that is why, it's culturally fit. Wherever you go, you can carry your personality, and if you carry personality, you carry your soft skills. So it is very helpful everywhere in every culture. Now, hiring manager want what if, for example, if you go to any interview, if you go to the HR department, so what they want actually, we can see the one by one. What they need: strong work ethic. 73% people, they have their belief that that the person who are going to work with their organization, what they must have, they must have a strong work ethic. It means their their ethical thinking, their ethical brain, they must be ethical. This is the first thing: strong work ethic. And then dependable. Yes, what happens sometimes, what happens if somebody is going to assign some work? In that case, what we do, just every time we go and ask questions, we don't feel that we can work on it by yourself. So dependable means that work should be done by yourself. That positive attitude, yes, this is very important. Even what I feel in my life, whatever happens in our life, we must take in a positive way. Right now you can see the example of coronavirus. So what happened actually, the many person, they have a heart attack just due to overthinking on that. They think that they are corona positive, that nobody going to touch him, nobody going to care him, they are going to make him isolated. So that happens with people. So what we have to do is we need to be very positive. So positive attitude, it helps a lot. So 72%, the hiring managers, what they feel that the person who is going to be hired, he must have positive attitude. It's very important for that. That the confident, yes, the person should be very confident, 46%, yes. That team oriented, yes. Why team oriented? Because nowadays you can see in space scenario, there everywhere there is team. The team, why the team is required to accomplish a task. For the task, there are many things are there. For example, if you go and see the Maruti Suzuki, they are, like Maruti Suzuki. If you go and see the manufacturing of car, so there are teams are there, and all teams are, they are doing the each part of the car, and the last they make it, they manufacture the car. So what is the team is there? So the person must be team oriented. He must have interpersonal skills to communicate with the team, and then he can manage to be the part of the team. Then self-motivated. Many times what you feel that we have seen many people that they are self-motivated. We don't need to motivate them, because why? They're the people. They're very positive people. They feel positive in themselves. So in that case, what happened? They are self-motivated. And why they are self-motivated? Because they are there for a goal. They're living for a goal. They are, they are here because they have a goal in their life, and they just think on their objective in their life, and that is why they are self-motivated. Many scholars, if you talk about the scientists or the great people, why they did great thing in this world. Why they did that? Because they were self-motivated. See the 60%. Then there is effective communicator. Yes, communication. I have explained many times that communication is the part of our life. Wherever you go, we have to communicate. We have to communicate with the people. So this 50% works well under pressure. What happens many times, we have a lot of work to do. It happens with many people who are sitting on top positions. So what happened actually? Even all the employees, they have some kind of pressure in their life. So what happened? They work well under pressure. If there is pressure, sometimes the pressure of production, pressure of other things. So in that case, what happened? The person must be the person can handle those situations. So the percentage should be 7% in that case. And then flexibility, flexible. The person must be flexible. For example, what happened? For example, he's working in some department, and there's a requirement in different departments. So sometimes what will happen? We shift that person in different department. That time, what happened? That employee, he complained about that. So the person must be flexible. Sometimes they can work things in the proper way. Then organized, yes. It's very important that whatever you do, you must be in an organized way. So it's very important. Here are the points when the managers they hire, they look on it. Soft skills, you can see the truest predictors of success. Yes. Whenever we talk about the soft skills, this group is, when you see somebody, he is very good in soft skills, you can say that yes, he will be very good he will be very good in the future, and he may lead a successful life. So it's very important. Now there are some points are there. There are 6 points are there. We can see one by one, and proficiency in a short list of competency areas which focus on soft skills are the true predictors of success in almost every job. Here are the points, and this related to soft skills. The first one is the professionalism. Number 2 is interpersonal skills, that problem solving and adaptability, personal value commitment, managing others, and leadership. You can see one by one. In professionalism, it's the price of entry. Yes, it's price of entry, and consists of a wide variety of behaviors and skills. Some apply to jobs across the board. Like 3 points are there: dependability, following instructions, and work ethic. If you are professional, this is the kind of, we are going to entry somewhere, you need to be very professional. And that 3 points are: you must be dependable, you must follow the instructions of the organization, and you must have work ethic so that you can work professionally. This is the first thing. Number 2 is interpersonal skills. It comes on the soft skills. Number 2, interpersonal skills. If we talk about interpersonal skills, having interpersonal skills like the following will make a candidate for more likely to succeed. Yes, and 3 things are there: listening. But many times we try to speak a lot on many points, but the best listener is a very good is the best speaker. It's a quotation by some scholar. So listening means you must have the ability to listen the things first. If you can listen well, you can speak well. Then relationship building. Yes, when interpersonal means relationship building, means you must have you must have ability to build relations with people. If you have good relations, definitely it will help you to create a group, to lead the group, and to accomplish the task of the organization. Then collaboration, many times what happens, there is team is there, so we have to collaborate in the team to accomplish the task. Three things are very important. If you are well versed with three things, the interpersonal skills will be there. And we must be, interpersonal skills are there because, everywhere, wherever you go, the teams will be there, people will be there. If there's no people, there's no country. Where's India? This is India. We are the Indians. It means that everywhere people are there. So in that case, interpersonal skills means we have to collaborate, we have to maintain relationship with the people. That problem solving and adaptability. Problem solving, every day we have some problems in our life. Every day it happens. Some problems are there bigger, some of them are less important, but problems are there, with family, with kids, with organization, with our neighbors. So it's there. So what we have to do, we must have the ability to solve the problems. Every job essentially requires the ability to assess and analyze issues, as well as adaptability to changing conditions. What adaptability? Sometimes, see, now in Corona time, what happened? The people they are doing their work from home. So what happened? They must be technically sound. If they are not techno-friendly, how they can work from home? It will be very tough for them. So the meaning is that we must have adaptability as per the time. As time changes, we must learn new things to establish ourselves in the organization. This is very important. That is why it's important. And the 3 points are that enlarging and summarizing information. Yes. Whenever the information is there, we have to analyze that what is there in the report. We have to summarize. We need to know the crux of the problem so that we can get the solution. Making decisions. Yes, decision can only be finalized on the analyzing and summarizing information. If you don't analyze the matter, you don't understand and don't summarize the condition of the matter, then you can't take decisions. So you must have the brain, you must understanding to analyze and summarize so that you can understand, you can go to the decision, and you can finalize the decision. Adapting to change, yes, very important. Whenever there is some change is required, yes, change occur, we must change the things. As nowadays, I give you an example that the Corona period is going on, we have to work from home. In that case, we should be techno-friendly. We have to explain that everywhere. It's not only about the university, but if you go in companies, what the people are doing, they're working from home, so they must be okay with the technology. If you can determine problem solving and adaptability of a candidate based upon the challenges of a specific job, you will get insight into the candidate's likely success in your organization. Definitely, if a person is able to adapt himself in the situation, in every situation, or in the changing situations, definitely he can lead a very good organization. There is a personal value commitment. Personal value, everyone, they have some personal values. Like a candidate's commitment to values and ethics is a key driver of your own risk exposure. It's important to know to what degree an applicant possesses. See, integrity. Integrity, remember there must be integrity. If there's no integrity, there will be dispute in the team, and then the work will be disturbed. Respect for others. Yes, this is the value. You must respect others, because if you give respect, we get respect. Definitely. If you don't respect the people, you will never get respect from the people. So it's very important to respect the people. Adherence to standards and policies. Yes. Every organization, everywhere, wherever you work, there are some standards are there, and you have to maintain those standards, and you have to follow the policies that is there. Everywhere, some standards are there, and they have made a kind of policies that all the employees, they have to follow it. So it must be followed. There are positions that provide employees with access to sensitive personal, financial, and security data. Yes, every information, every organization, they have some data, some security, so that must be respected. You must. Now, this managing others here, very well that everywhere, wherever you go, you have to manage the people. While many jobs clearly demand management skills, many others will call on them at times. So management is, managing the things. If you talk about the management skills, 4 things are there, like planning, then you have to organize, then you have to direct, and then you have to control. 4 things are there. So these things should be there. Skills including selecting and retaining talent. Yes, you have to select talent, you have to retain them, leading a team and holding others accountable. Yes, you have to ask them to be accountable for the organization. Leadership. Truly speaking, leadership is important to lead a successful career. Because if you're not going to lead the team, you cannot be successful. You don't have, because you have the same the same position in your life. But if we have the leadership skills, in that case, what happened, that you can lead the people, and definitely you can save many people, you can give them jobs, you can help them in many ways. So the three things are there: the setting decisions, setting directions, managing change, and motivating others. These things are leadership. Body language also comes in that, actually. Like when there is face is there, we are using the face indexes. Like face is the index of the mind, and it clearly displays the person's interest. Whenever you are, sometimes you use only face, like nodding the one's head or your body language, presenting something. So whatever you feel inside, the things can be shown on your face. So body language, it also helps a lot. So while you are talking about soft skills, it also comes under you how to show your body language. You must care on that. And in body language, like arm crossing, standing, like all things are coming under that. There is a presentation skills. It's also very important, because wherever we go, two things are there. The first, you present yourself, and second, like I'm presenting a PPT. So that is different. Like in a webinar, it's different. Two things are there. Like see here, presentation skills include planning, preparation, and delivery of the message. Yes. Before doing anything, I have to plan. For example, I planned a topic, then I planned a PPT. We planned timing, then I'm here to present the webinar. So planning is very important. That you prepare for that, and then you can deliver the message. Making a formal speech is one of form of the presentation. Yes, you have to make the formal, like you have to make the formal, make a formal speech is one of form of presentations, and that presentation skills can be broadly categorized into physical or electronic form. Is there. Success in life depends on presenting ideas in an appropriate manners. Look at the eyes of our audiences, speak in a nature. See, whenever we talk with people, we have to make eye contact. It helps the people to understand, and you can also understand how the people is taking interest in your presentation. It's very important. Soft skills are important. Yes, very important. Resumes, interviews, personality assessments. It all are under soft skills. But in case if it is not there, soft skills must be there. See, soft skills are important, not resumes, interviews, and personality assessments. Because what happens sometimes when we make the resume, we write some wrong informations. So that happens. I've seen many times the people, they are writing the wrong information in the resumes. That can be false. Interviews can be false, but the soft skills, it leads the life. So whenever we take interview, we go for the preparing the students for the interview. We must care the soft skills. Is very important. What can help to us, that we must, the feedback related to past work performance is the single best predictor of future job success. Yes, whatever you learn from last job, that will help you in the coming job. The bottom line of the topic is soft skills matter. This is true. It's 100% true that it matters a lot in your life. So what we have to do, we have to focus on soft skills, and we have to proceed in our life. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. So should I share the poll?
Yeah, sure, sir, sure.
Okay, though I'm launching the poll, I will request all to kindly answer. Okay, so voting is going on. It's on the first site today. 33 seconds, 34 seconds have gone. So 47% votes have been done. We may wait for 50% votes to be complete. Okay, so 48, 49% voting, whichever is faster, 1 minute or 50% votes. Okay, so 50% votes we have reached. I'm closing it and sharing the results. I'm sure you can see the results on your screen. The results shows that strongly agrees with this just a minute, please. Strongly agrees is 48%, agree 48%, strongly disagree 3%, and disagree 2%. Okay, so around 48% people votes for the strongly agree and the agree thing. So your comments on that, Dr. Rao?
That's fine.
Okay, so I will just now go through the questions, whether there are any. Okay, there are two questions, both from Professor Srimanandi. First question is, why are soft skills called as people skills?
Why?
Are soft skills called people skills?
Sir, because people need it. Everyone need it. So people means it's come to common. So soft skills are common skills. That is why I say people skills. True, sir.
Yeah, so common skills, that is important. People is common. So how is a soft skill instructor, how as a soft skills instructor, we can inculcate in students the negotiation skills. That is how to negotiate, then how to incorporate the negotiation skills. That is our second question.
Yes, sir. Negotiation, it comes to communication skills actually, and it also comes to soft skills actually, ultimately. The point is, we have to, when we are going to negotiate with people, in that case, we must have very strong communication skills and soft skills. If a person is not well in soft skills, he can never negotiate with the people. But in negotiation, we have to analyze the data. We have to explain the things. We have to summarize, analyze everything, all the aspects of that point, and then the person will understand about the negotiation. So it's very important. It is why.
Okay, so Professor Srimanandi has requested you to share the PPT.
Sure.
Okay, so Mr. Sagar, I can see here he writes, how to develop inner motivation to achieve the goal.
Yeah,
How to develop inner motivation to achieve the goal. Would you take that question?
Yes. What I feel that everything comes through habit. So if you have to develop this one, we need to think on it. And whenever we do something, whatever you do in our daytime, we have to judge the things properly. When we sit in the evening, we have to think on it, and we have to improve the things one by one. We have to motivate ourselves, and the time will come that automatically it will come in our habit. So we can be strong internally, and then we can be internally motivated. I think so.
Okay, so Dr. Latarani says, nice presentation, sir. Kindly throw a light on how do you prioritize your tasks when you have multiple deadlines to meet?
Sir, in every work there are four categories are there. High priorities, the priorities, less priorities are non-priorities. So there are categories are there. We have to divide our work as per the priorities. If we have the top priorities, we have to do that thing first, and then we have to do accordingly. I think so.
Yeah, so setting the priorities, it is important. So it is setting should be on the situation basis, definitely. Okay, so I think okay, just a minute. Okay, so Professor Orko Mukhopadhyay says that in the poll the total percentage came to 101%. Yeah, it might be no, not 101%, it's 100% because 48, 3 and 2. Yes, 101%. Yes. So there might be some small technical errors always available in the software. Okay, so Dr. Shobhan Shaha has written something. I have seen students comfortable in speaking in front of people she is familiar with, but got nervous to speak in front of a large audience. At that time, it seems she has poor communication skills, though they actually not. Okay. So is that a comment from you, Dr. Shobhan? So I will read it as a comment once more. I have seen students comfortable in speaking in front of people he or she is familiar with, but got nervous to speak in front of a large audience. At that time, he seems that he or she has got poor communication skills, though they're not. Okay, yes, that is definitely an observation. If you have anything to add, yes. Do you have anything to add, Dr. Rao?
Sir, what I feel, sir, is true actually. As I told earlier that habit is very important. When the students are there, they are talking with their friends or colleagues or the teachers. They're comfortable, and in the large number, when they are going to the large number of people, that time what happens? They feel nervous. Why? Because if they never get chance to speak in front of the people, they can never do that. So for that, they must speak frequently in their group. Once they're going to do practice with the people, I mean with the group, definitely they can do it. And what he has told it is right, sir. It happens. So for that, they must do practice. It can help them a lot.
Okay, so Dr. Shobhan Shah, you have again written, so how to deal with that. So definitely you got the answer, and always practice makes a man perfect. What can be better
Yes,
than
it's
that?
true.
Okay,
Yes.
so Professor Shoikot Chakraborty writes, how to overcome MTIs effectively and improve one's soft skill.
Is a PI what?
MTIs, MTI. How to overcome MTIs effectively and improve one's soft skill. So I think the whole presentation was dealt with that only, to how to improve soft skill.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
any
yeah.
specific thing you would like to add, Dr. Shoikot? Anyway, so I will go to the next question. Sir, do you feel soft skills can be crucial to deal with personal problems also?
Sir, what I feel, in every aspect of our life, soft skills are very important. Even in the problem with the family, with neighbors, and everywhere, sir, it's really very important. Because you're the person, all the people, they judge you by your behavior, by your attitude, your perception, your way of, the way you carry yourself, all things it matters a lot. So in every aspect is important. I feel so.
Okay. So any other questions? I'm just searching for that. Okay, Srimanandi says that it is due to lack of self-confidence. Okay, but the thing is that it is fine. Self-confidence can also be a remedy to self-confidence can also be this practice. Practice makes a man perfect. So that is what he has answered.
Yeah, yes.
I'm just searching for other questions, like Dr. Shoikot Chakraborty says mother tongue influence. So mother tongue influence, is it how to overcome that? Okay, so would you like to add anything?
But actually, sir, mother tongue effect is everywhere. Why it is there? Because when you're born and brought up in a family, the impact will definitely be there. It's not only mother tongue, even in our behavior, we shape our behavior as per the family background. So about the mother tongue, accent is there. So for the accent neutralization, the courses are there. What we have to do, the practice is only the tool. For that, there are many softwares are there. So we have to do practice with the words, the sentences. That can help you a lot. And another thing is not the only the practice is there that can help you to overcome from the accent neutralization. It is there, sir.
Okay, so fine. I will very quickly search whether anybody would like to ask anything orally. If I find any, I'm very quickly trying to search. Okay, Shugato Mollik, you have raised your hand and he is not connected to the audio at all. He has disconnected the audio. So see, these things are very visible. Kindly don't do that. So Professor Shugato Mollik, kindly don't do that. Anyway, I'm sure he is not able to hear me. Same for Professor Shubhrodeep Shoin, Stobok Dotto, Srijita Sinha, Shobhik Ghosh. Anyway, so I'm just trying to find out whether anyone is wanting to ask any question orally. Anybody else? Shantanu Ghosh, you also raised your hand yesterday. I'm sure you don't have a question, but still I have unmuted you. If you want to ask a question, you may unmute and ask yourself. Okay, so I don't think anybody else is interested in asking questions. So okay, thank you. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
all
you.
members of IEM and UEM family, and thank you, Dr. Rao. Thank you so much.
Thank you.